everybody. I've got royalty in the house today. That is right. All the way from where she is right now, because she's not in LA, with more than 40 million views on you, Thomas, on YouTube, and more than 500,000 listeners on Spotify. She's performed primetime Governor's Ball, the Oscars Governor's Ball, NFL Super Bowl VIP motherfucking party, VH1 Top 20 Countdown. She's toured the world with Postmodern Jukebox and has performed on 6 tours to the troops over the oceans. She's the magnificent, the master of singing and performing, the hilarious, intelligent, entertaining, our master vocalist, the queen of all queens, Yoda herself, world class singer, rock star, the one and only Dani Armstrong.
You just said so many things about me that make me sound cool, but the only thing I identify with is when you called me Yoda. That's it. I'm done. Interview over.
You are my Yoda, that's for sure.
Oh, love you, I do.
I don't live without you. I don't exist without you. You know
Oh,
that.
my sister friend. I appreciate that.
So how are you? Tell me everything. Where are you at right now? You're not in LA, right?
No, obviously, as everyone knows, the entertainment industry doesn't exist right now.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
crazy.
it is so crazy. And I tour on average, 8 to 10 months a year. So with touring
Wow.
shut down, I thought, what a great opportunity to pack up my delicious boyfriend and
Yeah.
head back to the Detroit area where I'm from and spend the summer with family and up at our lake house where I literally can fish for like 10 hours a day. I don't
Wow.
pee, I don't eat, I don't do anything. I just fish, 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 fish.
I
And,
didn't know that
just
you were a fisher like that.
oh, I am an angle woman. Oh, let me tell you. Yeah. So it just frees up a lot of, time to be with family and,
Yeah.
work on my activism and becoming a positive member of the community and then catching all the big fish.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
is your brother there too?
Yes, yeah. My brother's here. One of my sisters are here. My parents are here. Got
Wow,
some extended
everybody's
family, some
together.
friends. So, I left the Detroit area about 23 years ago. So this is just
Yeah.
a sad opportunity because obviously I love to work and I love to tour, but it's an
Yeah.
amazing blessing as well just to get back and hang out with people that I don't get to see that often.
Man, that's awesome because you don't get to perform there either. You working in music at all right now?
Um, I'm, I am. I'm a vocal coach, so I'm still doing a lot of my Skype lessons. But more than
Right.
anything, I've really been called to activism right now, and just
Yeah.
trying to do my part and fix what's wrong in our country, and try to make the best impression I can on people and people in power and people that have the power to implement change. So being here, and obviously the cost of living is a fraction of Los
But you're not
Angeles.
gonna leave LA, right?
No, I still have a house in LA. There's a lovely lady that's staying there right now, and Mike and I are just
Cool.
back here in this area, just kind of for the summer, and then playing it by ear. And we came back so that we would just have more free time to work on music for ourselves, and then
Yeah, and you
again
weren't doing
just
anything here, so better be with mom.
I'm in northern Michigan, so like the closest thing that resembles a cell tower is like a 150-year-old pine tree. So that's a thing.
Holy shit, that's okay. That's okay. We're here. This shit happens.
It
It's
sure does.
organic. It's real. It's live.
I just love how long I was talking and singing and like, where is Tati guy? Like, I
Fuck,
don't know
I
what's
missed
happening.
all of that. Damn it. You're gonna have to do it again.
You know,
So, I know that your parents are musicians and your brother's a musician, and obviously you're a Yoda. And are you guys playing there, having fun, playing at all? You got a piano in the house?
I just got a piano for my birthday. I got an amazing keyboard. To be honest, I was out of town during my birthday. We came up to our lake house in northern Michigan, so I have yet to unpack it. But ooh,
Oh
she's
my
pretty. She's got
God.
all the keys. I get every single key.
You got
Um,
18,000 keys.
80,000 keys, 80,000. And it's funny because I sit down to play and my right hand, and you know this as a female singer, we've been reading top line of melodies for, our entire careers. And then I try to get my left hand to do something and it's just like blah, 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 blah.
Bang,
So
bang.
yeah, so I think my boyfriend nailed it with that birthday present because this left hand needs to get in shape, dude. This left hand is just like weak sauce, and this right hand is like top line. I got this.
Wow. No, man, I've been playing too. I've been playing lots of guitar, trying to improve this guitar playing.
Well, now's the
Bullshit.
time. We're not doing anything else. Now's the time to, pick up a fiddle and learn to play it.
I know. It's funny you said fiddle because yesterday I was listening to some crazy shit like bluegrass, and I was like, my God, this is the fiddle? It is. I should really learn how to play the fiddle. It's so pretty.
Well, you don't know this, but I have a little nanny cam in your house, so I can hear what you're seeing and doing, and it's
Oh my
good.
God. It's terrible then. Woo! But I don't know, but I don't know if you do, but I don't miss carrying gear around. I don't miss going to gigs. I'm not in a
Yeah.
hurry. I'm loving the time off.
I did for the first like month and a half. I was like, this is great. This is vocal rest.
Yeah.
I wasn't scheduled to tour with Postmodern Jukebox in the spring, so I was like, this is great. They had some European stuff set up in the summer and some stuff in the fall, and I was like, I'll get a nice break, then go back and see the world. And now, they're not looking at our industry coming back into well into 2021 is kind of the
Right.
underground word. So now I'm just aching to get back out on the road. It's
I'm
getting to the
sure.
frustrating part. It was nice at first. I was like, listen to these high notes. Ah! I was like, they're
I
so
know.
easy. And now I'm just ready for a little rasp to come back in my voice. Jeez.
Smoking cigarettes. Where is the rasp?
Where's the rasp? Like just lighting bonfires and breathing the smoke, just doing anything I can, screaming into a pillow. Yeah, none of it's working.
That's funny. My mom was like, "Oh, you have this. You've been because I've been doing some lives, and she's like, what's with your hey? You keep doing these really high notes, and I get nervous if you're gonna get it, if you're gonna get there." And I'm like, "Mom, you don't understand. Like, this is not like something that comes easy to me. So while it's coming, I'm gonna do it as much as possible, just
Right?
because it's so
Get
new." I'm
all
like,
the recordings in you can. Yeah, all the recordings in you can. It's funny. I had a girlfriend that was working on a song with a producer, and they got like halfway through, and then she had to go back out on tour. And when she was on tour, she quit smoking. And she came back like 6 or 8 weeks later, and she went back into the studio to finish the back half of the tune. And she did one pass, and the producer's kind of looking at her and looking down and kind of looking at his board, seeing what's going on. He said, "What's going on with your voice?" She's like, "What do you mean?" He said, "It's way too clear. It does not match the other first
"Oh
half of the song."
no."
And she said, "Well, I quit smoking." So he said, "Well, you have to go to the store right now, go get a coffee, smoke a half a pack of cigarettes, and come back in and finish this song." So she did.
Oh my God. It was either that
I
or they have to start all over again.
I know, and who wants to do that?
Wow, that is hilarious. I remember when I first met you, you were at Shag's studio somewhere in Redondo, the old one. And then we
Oh
were
yeah,
all
yeah.
just hanging out there and you were recording something. And you came outside and you're like, "I need to smoke a cigarette right now because my voice is too clean." And in my head, I'm thinking, wow, this is what Yoda does.
Oh my gosh.
Not
Oh, to be in
me.
my 20s again. Oh, to be in my 20s and not in my 75s or whatever dinosaur age I am now.
No, but you sound amazing. Always did. And you just keep getting better. You feel like you're getting better too.
Well, I feel like, I think success came to me later in my career. I think success came to me, or my level of success, which I'm very happy with,
Hmm.
kind of came later in my career than I probably pictured it, or most singers do. I think
Right.
as singers in our 20s, we're like, this is it. This is when we get our, back in the day, recording deal. This is when I get discovered.
I know.
And for
It's
me, it was into
awful
my
thing.
30s that things started to really take off for me. So I
Hmm.
think that I've kind of had I've never stopped working to get better, especially because
Right.
the older you get, you need to stay on top of things and take care of your instruments, whether you're playing or singing or whatever it might be. So I
you
think
know.
it's because I've only gotten more successful and busy as I've gotten older. It's made me never stop trying and never stop practicing and never
Right.
stop doing all the things that are so boring, but they make you so much better when it comes to the hard stuff and make the hard stuff so much easier.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you have to sit down and you have to take the time to do the stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
It's true.
keep, go ahead.
Oh, it's just when I'm teaching, I tell my students, we're going to the gym, and that's
Yeah.
so exercises seem so boring, and people say, "Oh, okay, I get it. I warm up my voice so then I can sing." And it's like, yeah, you're warming up your voice to introduce in blood flow and oxygen to this area of your body, but also you're going to the gym. We're strengthening your instruments. We're
Right.
strengthening everything around it. We're learning about breathing. It's I have
Okay, we're reconnecting. There you are.
okay, I'm back. What is it's just you're just gonna have a compilation of half completed stories, and I think it's
No,
the universe telling me to stop talking so much.
not at all. We want you to talk everything. We want to hear you talk.
Oh, hi guys.
So, so you were saying that you're at the gym with these people?
Yeah, I was just saying, like doing all these boring exercises, it makes singing easier, and it's not until you're actually in the moment that
Right.
you feel you appreciate all the boring stuff that seems annoying. Seems annoying shedding things over and over and over and over again. We all want to get to the actual art itself, but the more we build stuff up, the easier it is. So I think as I've gotten older, I've just tried to always stay in the vocal gym. I'm air quoting right now. I'm
Yeah.
sure you can feel it. I'm air quoting.
Totally, I feel, man. And like the more, for example, I know, the more I learn with you, the more I need to learn. It's like, okay, so now I can get here. Now I want to get there. I want to go all the way over there. So it's like a non-stop. There's never
Yeah.
like, okay, I got there. Here I am in all the glory. Like, there's no such thing.
Yeah, I was watching a movie last night where they compared it to fashion. Like fashion is never over. It's never done. You're singing or you're playing an instrument. It's never over. You never reach a destination. It's constantly evolving in your skills and how you learn and the way you learn and what you're learning. It's like fashion. Fashion is never done. And I can only say this because I've been around long enough to see the trends circle back again.
They do circle back again. You're right.
It's
I've been
true.
talking about you a lot in my podcasts because when I'm talking to another singer, we always go back to like, I always ask them what's their journey, what is their the thing that they do to keep their voice strong, and always there been any problems with their voice and all the recovery time, which is something you taught me. And there's always like, oh yeah, because Dani Armstrong had taught me this and that and that. And every time I go in the studio, I feel like you're talking in my head. You know,
Oh,
it's like, okay,
first off,
why?
that's like the biggest compliment ever, but then also kind of creepy that I'm just there like, breathe, Tatiana,
No, you
breathe below the
are.
bra line, do it.
And, and it's like, why is it that I cannot get there? What are the things? If Daniel was here, what would she tell me? And that helps tons, and that's why I've been with you so long, and I've had so many vocal coaches, but you have stuck this whole time because not only because you work, but for me, but because you're always bringing me to the next level. There's always a new information to be given. And I
Oh,
love
thank you. That makes my whole like I think possibly 2020 at this point.
you.
I mean, just to be fair, it doesn't take a lot to make 2020. It's just
Man,
small doses of happiness to will make me feel better, but no, that means a lot, Tachi, and I appreciate that.
no, thank you for not giving up on me. Don't you give up on me. I have a song right now that is in fucking C, and I don't know why I wrote in C, but I
Okay, this
hate
is why you need to
myself.
stop drinking. Stop drinking immediately.
Totally, you know what? I was drunk when I wrote that fucking
See,
song too.
whenever people are like, "Why did I write it in this key?" I ask them what they were drinking. They were always drinking. We
Vodka.
get we get a little adventurous when we get a little tipsy. I'm like,
I
nap, nap,
mean,
nap.
and then I try to change the key today, and it just doesn't work for the song. So it's gonna have to be C. So I'm like, okay, now I have to book a fucking lesson because it's the only way I'm gonna be able to sing this song. I'm
I
gonna
love
have
it.
to. I'm gonna have to chart my notes. I'm gonna have to have,
Yep.
all that stuff. How am I gonna get to?
Yep.
Oh my God, you don't even know.
I'm so proud of you that you just said chart your notes. That's a big thing for me
Oh
that singers
yeah,
should be charting their songs and writing their top lines and preparing as much as a guitar player sitting down and writing a song
totally. Oh
has to create
yeah.
a chord chart or an arranger or
And
something, you
finding
know?
my foundation notes and fuck and
Yes.
opening the goddamn mouth and breathing through
Yes.
the right,
Yes,
projecting
raise
and
that soft palate. Oh, you are just
everything.
now I'm just horny. Now I'm just okay. Sorry, I'm probably gonna have family members listen to this, and I just said the word. I said corny. You sound corny, Tachi. I sound corny. Wait, what?
Because you're my Yoda and I get to be corny with you, okay? I do
I
whatever
love
I
it.
want.
I love it. It's my favorite.
So, going back to touring, because, okay, so you're not touring this year.
No, and the whole story with touring is I think there are some bands and maybe even some venues that would let people tour as things progress into the year, but
Yeah.
the touring industry is built off insurance companies. The world is
Mm.
built off insurance companies. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Everything
that's
runs
true.
because of insurance companies.
You're right.
But when you think about it, I perform in theaters of, let's say 2,000
Right.
to 5,000 a night. That's
Yeah.
we're going to be the last thing added back when, this all.
No, totally. Yeah.
So it's going to be the insurance companies that decide when we kind of go out. So for 2020, I think there's a big, beautiful bow on that, and we've passed the buck. We're done with touring.
Oh. No, because I was looking at the postmodernjukebox.com, the website, and there
Yeah.
was some dates for September there, and I was like, oh, maybe, but no.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the way everyone's operating is just everybody's taking it in little chunks. Because again, I don't think nobody's a fortune teller. Although
Yeah.
gosh knows we wish we were. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody can really predict what's going to happen in 6 weeks from now or 6 days from now.
Totally.
Limitations and restrictions keep getting extended or then released and then the re-implied. So I just think a lot of. Oh, did I lose you again?
No?
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Okay. So I think a lot of acts and a lot of, companies are just waiting to take things down or reschedule things. Obviously, it takes the amount of work I can only imagine that it takes our booking companies and our management companies to get Postmodern Jukebox having 2 to 3 tours out at the same time in multiple parts of the world with multiple
Yeah.
singers, coordinating everything
Oh,
for us every single day, to then change all of that, I assume takes as much time as it would to arrange it in the first place. So I think
yeah.
everybody in PMJ is just being patient and thankful and lucky that we have jobs when they come back and just trying to investigate new income sources and people diving into learning their talents further and getting better and
Yeah.
going fishing.
And dude, I've never fished before. How ridiculous am I?
I mean, it's not ridiculous. I'm aware that fishing is not something that like most people do. It's just something I've done since I was, knee high.
But do you,
So,
so you catch the fish and do you clean it too and gut it
oh,
and
I I
everything?
I catch them, I clean them, I gut them, I fry
Oh
them.
my God.
I do it all.
That's
Yeah, I'm
badass.
touching the worms and the minnows and
Ugh.
I know all the knots for the lures. Like I
Wow.
am next level nerd. It is amazing. Or am I sexy? I'm not sure. You decide. Up in the air. What do you
I
guys
think
think?
that's
What do you guys
sexy.
think?
Sex as fuck. And
Right.
Mike, he's fishing too with you, or he doesn't do
He
it.
is. My mom got us brand new fishing poles for Christmas this year. So we were up here last weekend, no, 2 weekends ago for my birthday. We broke in our new poles, which was pretty
Wow.
fun. Yeah. He caught
Wow.
more fish that weekend than I did. I was like, okay, hold on, mister.
It's
Hold the
beginners.
phone.
It's beginners thing.
It's beginner's luck. I
There
am
you
Miyagi. Never forget. And
go.
he is Danielson.
That's amazing. Well, good for you, man. I'm glad you're having some time off to enjoy your mom. I know you like going there and seeing her and everything.
I do. It's what I look forward to every summer. It's just instead of it
Right.
being 2 weeks, let's make it a few months and see where we go from there.
But I really miss seeing you play. Are you going to do any Facebook Lives or what?
Well, one of the reasons I was able to move here, I have a brand management company where I
Wow.
Yeah, so I run social media, paid advertising, websites for brands all over the world.
Wow.
And the amount of clients I have a great staff, but the amount of clients I have to personally work on a month to be able to afford
Mhm.
LA
Right.
and
Oh
not
my
be
God.
singing is a
Yeah.
little crazy. When I tour, most of the workload gets passed off to my staff, and then I just kind of
Hmm.
check in with things and handle payroll and all that.
Yeah.
So I was able to, take on fewer clients, come here. And that's one of the reasons we came here is that I wouldn't have to be working 40-hour weeks and I could free up time to be more creative.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I have a Patreon channel that I'm going to be
Oh,
working.
yeah. Please
Yeah. So
do put some stuff in there.
yeah, no. So we're going to be doing weekly concerts on there and
Mm.
weekly video releases and requests. And it operates different than a Facebook Live, so you don't have to tip every time. You just do a monthly flat subscription. It's like it's like the Netflix of Danny. Danny's Netflix. So you just
Perfect.
give like, $25 a month and then you get to see all the concerts, all the videos, all the stuff. And
That's awesome. You know what you should
yeah, so
do?
I'm
One
just
with your mom and stuff. Get her to sing
oh,
too.
sister, that's already in the bag. Me and mom are doing a country concert. We're doing a Broadway Oh,
Wow.
the content planner has been worked on. It's gonna be pretty good.
You have a whole band there. Your mom plays drums, and then your
Yeah,
dad can
mom
pick
plays piano and drums. I
piano.
know
Yeah,
this really good guitar player.
I know.
Hey,
I heard he's okay.
he's all
He's
right. I mean,
amazing.
whatever. He's the
And
best,
he's in
literally.
PMG too. I don't know if people know that. PMJ.
Yeah, I actually met Mike in PMJ, so it's kind of a little PMJ love story. Heyo.
Uh, Man, I was watching the YouTube videos that you have on your channel. Jack Danny Sings. Is that your channel on YouTube?
Sure. Yes, it is. Do you love how I'm like, yes, it
It's
is.
Dani Armstrong Sings for YouTube, y'all. By the way, I got it. I have it here on my notes. And you have so many awesome videos with PMJ there, and with Jack Danny, and with the South Bay Jam, and all his videos of you performing some amazing stuff. Dude, like, what's up with these dancers? Everybody is so good, and the band is huge, and you guys are playing some amazing stages. It's a huge production. Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you mean PMJ, right?
Yeah. I have
Yeah,
to come
no.
see one of those when I
Yeah, we played the Gleek Theater. Calm down,
can.
spitting face. We played the Greek Theater. I think it was 2017. Which of course was like bucket list because I love that place. It just has so much
Oh yeah.
history and
Oh
a
yeah. I
it has
remember
a
when you played
vibe.
there.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, and the best part was the next night it was freaking Deep Purple. So I was
No.
so that girl that left a note for Deep Purple in the green room because I found out they were gonna get the green room that I was in. I talked to the cleaning lady because I stayed late enough to have the cleaning team come in, and I said, "Could you please leave this note on the mirror?" She said, "Yes, ma'am, I will." Now I'm sure I left and she tore it down, but in my heart of hearts,
No.
Deep Purple knew that I was there. It was Deep Purple and Alice Cooper actually. Calm
Holy
down.
shit.
I know. Yeah.
I remember Deep Purple has I have a memory with Deep Purple with you. It was that gig we did in Vegas. I think we did that
Yes.
song, Smoke on the Water.
Smoke
We
on the
had
water. I'm sure we
we
did. It's one of my favorite songs of life.
It was in there. It was a bunch of girls and Debo. And then
Yeah.
it was so cool. Thanks for having me on that gig. It was like my world, was opening up before my
Yeah.
eyes. It was a great opportunity for me.
Yeah, you were great at it too. I was like, I need a classic rock chick singer that can wail with me, be fun, and totally carry that classic rock like punk vibe.
Yeah.
Tatiana Pergolana Dono Erse.
I'm so glad. I loved it. And I've been working with Aragorn and some Brazilian stuff now. So
Ooh.
it's a whole new vibe. So I'm like, oh my God, here I go, speaking Portuguese and singing Portuguese. How do I sing in Portuguese again? It's very different. You know that. When you're teaching me stuff,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I get why it's different for you to learn certain vowels and stuff. It's because of the way you
Mm-hmm.
speak. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I have to retrain myself or not. I could use my, Americana to
American,
sing.
you're American influence. Yeah.
I can.
I think you can. I think you should. It's who you are.
I have a friend, he's a great guitar player, Dani, and every time that I have a guitar lesson with him, and I bring one of my Brazilian songs, I'm like, hey, help me with some chords. And he goes like, what's so interesting about you is that you don't sing like a Brazilian girl. Because I've been here 17
Really?
years. So he's like, yeah, you should really sing Brazilian music because you're going to sound different, more different than everybody. I was like, maybe
You
I
know,
should.
people like a little bit of different. They like a little bit of cream in their coffee, and I don't know why cream in coffee
Yeah.
is different, but I think they do like different. I think some of the biggest artists in the whole wide world are the biggest artists in the whole wide world, not because they might be the most talented or whatever, but because when you turn on the radio, I immediately know who it is. Like you can turn on the radio and you know it's Britney Spears. Is Britney Spears the
Right.
most amazing vocalist in the world? No, but do
Yeah.
you know it's her from the second you hear three words? Absolutely. Maybe that's your
Yeah.
thing.
Totally. Totally. And I'm okay with that. Totally.
Hell yeah.
So who are your favorite like singers? Female
Who are
singers.
my who are my
Give me
favorite
like your
female
top
singers?
three. Can't live
Oh,
without it.
can't live without it. I mean, that's really hard. I'm gonna have to say Judy Garland.
Really?
Yeah, old Hollywood is kind of what got me interested in music. My mom would always play these old movies from 30s and
Wow.
40s, the old
Yeah.
Hollywood song and dance movies. It was beautiful productions and costumes and singers and dancers, and I don't even think my first film that I saw with Judy Garland, it was not Wizard. I almost said Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Wizard of Oz.
Wow,
I
yeah.
think I can't remember exactly which one was the first, but I just remember being like so enraptured with the way that this big voice came out of this little girl,
Yeah.
or this young woman, really. And from there, that kind of transitioned to kind of a bluesy vibe. I kind of found Billie Holiday and Etta James.
Mm.
Those are two voices that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And then for my, obviously, you've got to give it up for singers like Celine Dion.
Right.
Definitely hearing the power and control in the 90s that she was putting out. In the
Yeah.
90s, I was in high school, middle school and high school. So I was developing kind of how I was at that age where you really develop your instrument and how you want to end up, what are
Yeah.
your goals, I guess. So I
Yeah.
knew I wanted to have the power and the control of Judy Garland. I wanted to have the swank of an Etta James or Billie Holiday. But then hearing these power ballads by Celine Dion that were just, shattering glass, these notes, singing
Yeah.
in the five octave, these women were just, killing it. And so that's kind of identified the range I wanted to be in. And then I'd say
Yeah.
the fourth kind of biggest influence on me, it's kind of a tie between Alanis Morissette and Jewel. I think
Really?
they gave me the sentiment of music, how it can be
Yeah.
sentimental, how it can mean something, whether it's singer-songwriter like a Jewel or whether it's got a little more of a rock kind
Yeah,
of
I see.
aggro
Hmm.
fun feel as fun and then also tortured feel as Alanis Morissette. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a weird transition and it's kind of that same arc of singers when you really, step back and I go, who is Dani as a singer? It is
Right.
because I
Yeah.
have the jazzy, soulful swank. I've got, the screamy, belty rock. I've got
Yeah.
the, you know, my heart will go on songs that I sing.
I know.
It's,
I love it.
it's, it means I have no idea who I am.
It means that you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at the last show you came to, I sang jazz, pop, rap, and rock. Like I don't have multiple personality disorder. I have multiple vocal disorder. I just can't pick a bitch. I can't pick
I
a
love,
bitch. I just sing all the bitches.
dude, me too. I just want to sing all the bitches.
Yeah.
What did I pick? I think I was listening to, yeah, obviously, you know that. You hate me when I bring Celine Dion. Daddy, how can I sing this note? You're like, oh my God, here we go.
All by myself. I'm like foundation note, foundation note, foundation note.
I know. Just stay there, know what you're doing. And then Mariah Carey, I listened to a lot of, but I grew up, I was also starting high school when I started listening. I don't know. I think I was like 10. The other day I was driving and I wanted to remember a song that that I was singing back in the day. It's I don't know what's called, but it's that na 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 na. It's a Mariah Carey song, and it's like months ago. I remember
Oh,
that.
I give my all to have just one more night with
Yes,
you.
yes.
Hey, yeah, that song's a killer.
Right, and I was like so young, and I could do that run. I thought I could at least. And my friends are like, do the run. So I was like constantly singing that song for my friends. And then I never fucking heard that song again. And they just played on the radio the other day. And I lost my mind. I picked up Shazam and I found the song again. So I'm like, okay, I gotta learn that song on guitar now. And just for
Oh
fun.
my gosh, I would love to hear you sing that song.
But it was so cool.
I mean,
It brought high school back. It was cool.
And you know what? That's why it's okay not to be one voice. It's okay not to be one certain artist because sometimes all the songs we choose, to sing and enjoy, it's just little parts of our lives. It's just little memories that we
Totally.
it's like if our brains were a musical Rolodex. I go, oh, I
Yeah.
loved it when I would drive down Milford in my big black truck. I'm singing Montel Jordan's "This Is How We Do It" in my big
Yeah.
black truck, and you could get Joe's in a six foot. Like there's little moments, songs as artists. You create memories for people. They remember the smell of the room they were in, what they were eating,
Totally.
where they were driving. I mean, the first time that my sister sent me a tape, yes, I'm that old, of Jagged Little Pill and said you should listen to this, and I put it in, and I got halfway through the first track and I pulled into what are they called? Laundromat. And I was 16, pulled into a
Uh-huh.
laundromat, and I sat there and I just was staring at the tape deck in my car, because again, I'm that old.
Wow.
And I sat there and I listened to every single song on that tape. And that
Wow.
memory, I remember like the front facade of the building. I remember what the awning looks like because it was like this
Wow.
musical awakening and this
Yeah.
I was identifying of where I was in my part of my life with this artist and everything she was saying. And then the best part was is there was a hidden track like 6 minutes after the last song. The tape just kept playing. So I
Uh-huh.
think it's over. I'm wiping my tears. I'm driving down the road, and all of a
Oh.
sudden she goes, "I went to your," and I about swerved off the road. I was like, "Don't crash your
Wow.
car."
Like, who the fuck? Here we go.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. I've already said that one of the things I want to do on my Patreon channel here in the first month is I want to sing "Jagged Little Pill" from top to bottom. Just
Yeah.
do, just
Please
do the
do.
whole album. Have Mike learn it
Wow.
all on guitar and just really break it down. And I've never sang all of those songs before. I mean, obviously I've sang them a zillion times.
Yeah.
When you listen to the tape, I have it on CD. It's on my Spotify now. Everybody, calm down. I'm a hip 2020 girl. But yeah, I want to sing that from top to bottom, and it's funny because obviously I'm going to see the video, and I wonder watching yourself, like, am I going to visually see the memories that I'm living in my mind? I don't know. It's just music is rad. The end.
That's it, Colin. Well, I saw an interview of you on a website the other day. I've been studying you before this. I do my studying with my people. And you were
Ooh.
talking about like coming to LA and doing all this stuff. And they asked you, like, how do you feel when you're singing? You're like, well, it's kind of surreal because your feet is on the ground, but you're looking at things from a different place. You're like, there's a story or there's a feeling, a sentiment in your head. I know exactly what you're saying. It's not
Yeah.
like we're really there. I'm not really doing eye contact with anybody. I'm just in the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. And I think that translates even to like dancers it's, as singers, we're
Right.
usually stationary, but it does have a bit of an out of body feeling
Yeah.
to it. It's like my feet are planted, but just everything above me is just kind of elevated and hovering and watching this whole thing take place that we're
Happening.
lucky to do. I mean, and it's crazy because, especially with this pandemic and everything closing down and people saying, "Oh, I guess you should have gotten a real job." And I want to be like, "Bitch, I make 100 grand a year. Don't talk to me about a real
I
job."
know.
I
I
was
just
like,
heard
"Hold
someone
on,
fucking
hold the
saying that.
phone."
I know.
Yeah, I'm like, you're gonna sit all the way down. No, like, obviously I've spent my entire life training for the profession I do. I'm proud
Yeah.
of it. It just so happens that sometimes when everyone is possibly contaminated, you can't go to a theater. Like, don't tell me that I
Yeah.
should have been an accountant.
Yeah,
I'm like,
fuck that
meanwhile, you're
shit.
sitting down watching Netflix, watching artists, watching America's
Yeah.
Got Talent, watching people do the same art.
Yeah.
Oh,
Watching
it's,
movies with actors that spend their whole life struggling to get
yep.
that part, to do what they're doing. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah, and the only difference between the fact that I can't sing in a big theater and Julie Roberts can't film a movie is that that bitch is already rich.
Right.
So she's okay. Me, I'm like, oh, I really
No.
want to buy something. Although I will say, being in Michigan, I'm way more wealthy. LA money in Michigan, ooh, child.
Dude, it's funny you say that too because I've been thinking about like getting the fuck out of here just for a little bit. Maybe just to see what's out there. Maybe go to
It's the best
Nashville.
decision I think Mike and I made. I think we're already just kind of happy and relaxed and
Yeah.
in a space where I think some really good art is going to come from, you know? And again,
Nice.
just it's our heads are clear. And I think we're in a time in the world right now where having your head be clear, we've got
Yeah.
changes coming up in hopefully changes, sorry everybody.
Yeah.
But you know, we've got potential changes, hopefully changes, you know, on a
It
political
will.
level in our company in our country. We've got a racial awakening. I mean, all of these things are happening
Oh
all at
yeah.
once. I think I'm super thankful that I am in a clear headspace for. And so
Yeah.
I think I would, if anybody's thinking about ditching out of town for a while, if you don't have to leave LA, you don't have to leave Vegas or
Totally.
Nashville, but just sublet your place. Everybody needs a place to live.
Yeah.
You'll find a subletter. And I mean, we just drove across the country on our way to Michigan.
I
It
was
was
gonna
like,
ask, you drove then. You take the cats?
yeah. Oh, we brought the cats, and let me tell you, we bought two huge dog cages for them. They each had a litter box, a
Wow.
bed,
Oh,
food, water, space to walk around,
cool.
and we brought like a pair of underwear to change. Like that was it. Like everything was about the cats.
Good. Well, that says tons about you.
Yeah, but even amongst all that, instantly as you just kind of left that, you just felt your head clear up and be
Man,
able
I
to tackle
bet.
some of the things that need to be tackled right now. And then also, when you're in a
Yeah.
clear headspace, you create better art and you want to create
Oh,
art. I have not been inspired to
yeah.
create because I felt so dark, between being
Yeah.
locked in a little apartment for 3 months.
Oh
And
my
it's
God, I
just,
know.
I feel like the decision I made was a good one for me.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are happy, which is good.
Yeah. I mean,
And
and,
a
and
lot,
I get to say things like, hey, mom, you want to come over for dinner? In my
yeah,
entire life, I
yeah,
left my mom's house after my high school graduation and moved to California. So in my
yeah.
entire life, I've never been able to call my mom and say, do you want to come over for dinner? So
Oh.
now at 127 years old, for the first time, I can do that. And it means so much.
Dude, it was my mom's birthday yesterday, and that's exactly what we did. We had
Oh,
dinner.
happy birthday, mom.
Yeah, we spent the night. I spent the night there, and I love her cat. She has an amazing looking cat, and he's so cute.
Oh,
He does. He
how's
lets me.
Miles? Is Miles good?
Miles is good. He's getting old though. Very
But he's
old.
like 4. How old is he?
He's almost 8, but his brand. I'm just gonna say brand doesn't live that long. So he's getting pretty old, and he just sleeps a lot now. And he gets
Oh.
excited when I take him for a walk. But then it's back to bed. Back in the day,
Okay.
he would
Well,
wake
you
up at
you
like
pretty much
7
just
a.m.
yeah, you just described my entire life, Tatiana. My entire like I walked to the car to get something I forgot, and then I'm like, geez, I need to go back to bed. I'm exhausted.
You said I was gonna wake up at 12 today. I woke up at 7. Can you believe that?
What?
I'm tired right now.
How
I'm ready for
how
a
is that
nap.
even I don't have you ever been up that early before in your entire life? I
No,
don't
like
believe you.
never. Only for high school, and I hated high school.
Oh God, who
That's the
who
reason why.
anybody that liked high school, you're suspect. I'm on to
Yeah,
you.
he's
There's
probably
something wrong there.
this person's probably like a doctor or
Yeah.
scientist.
Oh, my brother was the homecoming king. My
What?
homecoming date dumped me the day before homecoming, and my brother was homecoming king. I'm like, okay, well,
What the
that's two
fuck?
different childhoods right there.
That sucks. I did like talking about staying home. I kicked out my roommates and I just fucking made a fucking studio in my other room. That's where I'm at
You
right now.
gave
I
everybody the boot. I
I
love that.
did. I painted the walls blue. I put lights everywhere, Buddha stuff
Oh,
everywhere. I have a huge computer. I bought a new computer. I have a vocal booth here. That's
girl,
right.
somebody got their PPP loan, okay?
I'm like, you know what? What is it called? That check they gave you? The first one?
Unemployment.
No, the first
Oh, your
one.
stimulus, your
Yeah, I'm like,
stimulus.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stimulate my brain with a new computer. That's what
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
do. And I
I
did, and
love
I
it.
bought it because if I haven't, I need it. So with a new computer, I can get my podcast finished, my songs finished. I'm learning Pro Tools. I know I'm a little old to learn Pro Tools, but I am. I'm recording my stuff. I'm loving it. I love staying
That's
in this room for
amazing.
hours. You got to come here whenever you can.
Yes, in 2027 when
Yeah.
I come back to LA.
When
Oh,
I
don't
finally
say it.
see you, there's more chances of you going back to Afghanistan than coming to LA, isn't
I
it?
mean, we say this as a joke, but you never know. I was actually supposed to move to Germany in September, which
What?
is, I know.
What do
I
you
got offered,
mean?
I know, it's so weird. I got offered the singer position at the Palazzo Cabaret, which is like one of the oldest like big tops. It's like the original Cirque du Soleil. And they
Wow.
operate in 6 or 8 cities in Europe. And I mean, it's a super high profile gig that I in no way deserve. I just want to be super clear about this.
Whatever.
I don't, I, no, no, no. Like, the baddest bitches in the cabaret scene, like, covet this gig. And one of my best friends,
Wow.
Ariana Savalas, got me in, pretty much just
Wow.
handed me the keys to the castle because she's amazing. And now I have to give her, love every day, which is fine.
That's
So I was joining their cast.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and starting rehearsals in October, and I was there for 6 months and doing their whole season. And
Wow.
it was a huge, huge step for me in my career, and I was so excited. And my family was coming to Germany for Christmas for all the Christmas markets. Mike's family was going to come. I mean, we had plans, baby, and then
Wow.
they closed the season, and so I was like, oh, and
Well,
that was actually the day we decided, you know what, let's just go to Michigan.
what a difference.
Yeah.
But for
Literally from
obvious reasons.
Germany to Highland. There you go.
Dude, that's cool. Do you think, it might happen in the
Yeah,
future?
they've already asked me just to keep my 2021 open and they'll invite me back for their 2021 season when it opens. I mean, God willing
Wow.
that everything in the next, year gets resolved or whether that's a
Yeah.
vaccine or
Hope so,
I don't
man.
know. Jesus comes back and says, "Sorry y'all, it's gone now. I don't know what it's
That's
going to
it.
take."
Wow, that is huge. How come did we
Yeah.
not hear about that? Did you not talk about it? Is it a secret?
Well, no, so I'm one of those superstitious people that until I get a copy of my
Yeah.
contract, so everything was signed, but until they send it back to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I signed it, but I need to see you sign, I need to see the whole thing. And then it all happened, and literally it all happened. Mike was on tour, and I was just teaching a lot in LA and doing gigs here and there, and like in 1 week it happened, and the contract was solidified. And to be
Wow.
honest, I was kind of shocked because, again, let me reiterate, I have in no way, I mean, I know like I sing good. Like, okay, yeah, I'm a singer. Like, I know
Mm-hmm.
when I hear myself sing, I don't think, well, you suck. But like, I sing good. I sing all right.
You're
I do
amazing.
okay. But the level of artistry that these women do in the cabaret world, these characters they create,
Hmm.
the songs and the costuming and all of these things,
Wow.
I have in no way, I don't feel like I've earned that
Well,
position.
obviously you do.
Well, it's, severely and overwhelmingly humbling that this company,
Yeah.
said, "Oh my gosh, we love you." They're a company that once you're in with it, you can work with them, until you don't want to anymore. So it's
Okay.
very exciting to be accepted in, and hopefully when things, come back. I say that, but they're like this company is like the gold cup, and they keep emailing me saying, "We really hope you still want to come in 2021." And meanwhile,
Wow.
I feel like I need to be like flying over there and cleaning their houses so they remember who I am. Like I feel like
No,
I need to like kiss, like, please remember me. But meanwhile, they're
don't
like, please
forget.
remember us. I'm like, I will never forget you.
So if you go, you're gonna stay there? Is Mike going with you?
It depends on his touring schedule. He tours a lot with Postmodern Jukebox. He loves Postmodern Jukebox.
Yeah.
All of our friends are there. So it's all depending on what the schedule is. PMJ tours
Yeah.
throughout the year and has a bunch of tours, and obviously, it'd be amazing if he was on a European tour with PMJ and I got to go see him on one of my days off from Germany. Are you kidding me?
Of
I would
course.
I would fangirl so hard. The end.
Jukebox is not gonna let you quit. They're gonna give you so much money. Here's more money. What can we do for you to stay? Be like,
Yeah, I think the
sorry,
good thing
but
about PMJ is though is that once you're in, you're
yeah,
unless you do something horrible, I guess, or
right.
decide you want to retire from singing, which I don't even
Naturally,
know what
yeah.
I don't even know what horrible you could do. Like I don't know if I've ever heard of them firing any. It's a revolving cast, so there's
Yeah.
always people in and out of it, you know. So it's the kind of thing
Wow.
where if I went to Germany for 6 months and then came back and went out for
Yeah.
karaoke with Scott, he'd be like, "Let's do a video next week," and I'd be like, "Absolutely," and then we do it.
Wow. And his name is Scott Bradley.
Bradley. Yeah, Scott
Okay, I was like,
Bradley.
how do I read that? He's the creator of Postmodern Jukebox.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have like so many millions, 700 and a billion millions views on YouTube and
Yeah.
millions of Spotify listeners. It's huge. So what? He does 3 tours at the same time with different casts throughout the
Yeah. I
world.
mean, again, he's found so many amazing musicians and singers that, he can put out a show in Australia, there's a tour. Well, there's a
Right.
tour in America, and then there's a tour over in Europe. I mean,
Wow.
he's got the roster and the PMJ fam, as we call them, the PMJ family.
Yeah.
So
Almost
yeah,
got to
they're
get you
absolutely
guys.
equipped.
Yeah,
I
wow.
mean, my next goal with PMJ is I think we should play the Hollywood Bowl.
I think so too. I will be
Now,
there three
I
days
don't know if the
before.
Hollywood Bowl thinks we should, but
Of
I think
course you
we should.
should. I think so.
I
Wow.
mean, if the Greek theater had us, the bowl's
Yeah,
got to be next. I mean, I
come
feel like
on.
we've played Radio City Music Hall for goodness sakes. I mean, I didn't play it; it was another cast.
Wow.
I was a baby in the group when they were playing Radio City Music Hall.
Did
But
you ever make it to Brazil?
I have not. There was
Not
one
yet,
South
right?
American tour, and I remember that the logistics of it were very challenging. I think
Oh,
everyone I know that's toured South America, just because I have a feeling, if when you travel from California to Nevada, we're crossing a state line, but it's not a national line. South
yeah,
America, some of those places where musicians tour, they're pretty close together.
yeah,
So I know that it's optimal to go to a country, tour that country, change
yeah,
countries, tour that country. And I think
yeah.
we were hopscotching around, and I just remember stories of people having early lobby calls for airplanes every
Yeah.
day, and
It has to be crazy. I can't imagine.
oh, it's
Not
the
even.
absolute best, though. It's the absolute best. It's the absolute best. And that's not, obviously that's with PMJ, but it's with any company because at the end of the day, no
Yeah,
matter how tired you are, hungry you are, how much you miss anybody, every single night you get on stage and people love what you do and you
yeah,
love them for being there. And it's this like give and take with
yeah,
thousands of people that are there every single like I don't know how people go to bed with
yeah.
empty hearts and heavy minds after being on stage. I mean,
Right.
and again, I can't compare my situation to everybody's, but it's almost impossible for me to
Yeah.
step off stage and be bummed out.
Because you know you're doing something that you always wanted to do too.
Oh
And it's like
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
finally getting to do this the way I imagined doing it. Right?
I am sitting in the room in my family's cottage in northern Michigan that I used to write and perform my plays in and charge them money to come hear me sing.
Yeah.
I am on the sun porch where I would charge them $1, or I probably didn't know money, so it's probably 25 cents. And I would charge my mom, my dad, and my nana to sit on the couch and
Oh,
listen to me
wow.
sing, not really about anything in general, just, and now I'm going to the store. Like,
That's
who knows what it,
amazing. Do you have any
yeah.
tapes
So,
like that?
my mom and I were just talking about this. She found like 5 boxes of old like VHS and even like the reels of tape, like with no audio,
Oh,
from when we
what?
were real little kids. Because
You need
again, I'm
to
a
make that
dinosaur.
public.
Yeah,
Whatever.
right. And so we're gonna find a couple companies in the area that take all of that stuff and make it digital. So
Awesome.
there
My
could be
dad just
some,
did that for us.
really, was it amazing?
Yeah, he took all of the tapes he had, VHS, is that what they called?
Yep.
And made DVDs. Well, that was 10 years ago. So he made DVDs. And now we have
Nice.
everything from when we were kids and things of me singing. Interestingly enough, everybody asked me to sing in all of the tapes. Why don't you sing this and that? And I just look at them going, what do you think I am? But then I would sing, it's cute. It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, probably, obviously, because of the story you just told us, you already knew what you wanted to do
I
from
did.
way before.
And
You
the
knew your name.
Yes, I don't think I didn't know what a checkbook was. Probably didn't know what a bank was, and I was,
Yeah.
4 and 5 charging people money to come see me at the Sun Porch
You
Theater.
just knew that it made sense and it was right.
I just knew that I wanted to perform and have people watch me after they had given me their money. Like it sounds
That's
shallow,
good.
but it's what I started doing at 4 years old, and I'm still doing
Yeah.
it.
And you're doing it, but just for more money this time, which
It
is
is
should
true.
always be the case.
It is true. Whew.
Me too. Like, I don't think there was ever a shadow of a doubt of what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I was going to do it. I still don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm singing
Yeah.
and it's awesome. And I get to do it. I'm sure if
Yeah,
someone asked you, like, what would you do if you could do anything? You would be a singer.
yeah. Well, I had a brief moment in time where I wanted to be a marine biologist,
Holy
wh-
fuck.
which is so funny when you ask singers, like, what did you want to be in high school? And people were like, oh, I wanted to be a singer, but if that never worked out,
Yeah.
it's crazy how many people say, I wanted to be a marine biologist.
No,
But let's be
yeah.
honest, who the hell doesn't want to swim with the damn dolphin? That's what it's
Yeah,
all
who
about.
doesn't want
We want to be best friends with the dolphin. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what's all
Like
about.
that's before we knew the atrocity that was SeaWorld.
I
That's before we were
know.
all young enough to understand how horrible those conditions are for those animals. But
I
we thought we'd
know.
just be swimming around with orcas in tanks all day. I'm like,
But
of
we
course we
meant
want to be a.
well.
Yeah, we did. We meant well. We just didn't know yet.
We were going to be good to them. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a cardiologist. Can you believe that?
What? Who
Yeah.
already has a specialty? Like most people are like, I want to be a doctor. You chose a specialty.
Oh, yeah. I've got some doctors in the family, and my mom was dating a
Uh,
guy doing cardiology. Yeah. And obviously I wanted to be a singer. Duh, who doesn't?
right.
And then it started becoming this thing, and then here I am
Oh
until
my
I
gosh,
can't
that's amazing.
anymore. But I knew that it was a plan to fall to
Yeah,
medicine. It wasn't the plan, the number one plan.
that's amazing. I never knew that about you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I tried for 2 years.
I'm
In
gonna call
Brazil,
you
it's different.
Doctoretta.
In Brazil,
Doctoretta.
it's different in Brazil. So you have to like try to get to the university after you finish high school. So I tried for like 2 years. I really did. But I was cutting class. Sorry, dad. Sorry, mom. I was cutting class because I wanted to go play guitar at the bars, and just like sing.
Yep.
So that's what I was doing. And I don't
Well,
regret. I learned a lot.
yeah, we can't regret anywhere because whatever anything was, it got us to where we are right now. And even though right now is always a work in progress, ooh, full circle, just like fashion never ends, we never
Right.
end. Hello, full
Yeah.
circle on my story.
Whoever
Yeah.
quits? Nobody. I never heard a singer that went, oh, I think it's time for me to hang the boots.
Yeah.
I
I
never
mean,
heard
I
that.
think even if I ever have kids, one day with this dinosaur uterus, even if I ever have children,
Kid.
I know, don't get me started.
How can you
But
have kids? Okay.
I don't think that music still wouldn't be a part of my life. It might look
Oh,
different,
yeah.
but it would still be in my life.
Oh, yeah. Nowadays it's different than back in the day, too. Yep, you could do it. You could
Well,
definitely
that
do it.
and I'm not having my first child at 22, so mama can afford a nanny, okay? I'll be like,
Yes,
you
exactly.
watch this beautiful little child while I go scream for a half an hour and I'll be back.
Scream. So, what, you thinking about kids? Have
I
you ever wanted
am.
to have kids?
I did. I'll be honest, in my 20s and early 30s, I was someone that was very influenced by who I was dating.
Uh-huh.
If I had a boyfriend that wanted kids, I wanted kids. If I had a
Right.
boyfriend that didn't want kids, I didn't want kids.
Right.
And in my mid to late 20s, I always had boyfriends that didn't want kids, so I just kind of adopted that idea.
Hmm.
And then there comes a certain age where you're not adopting that idea. It just doesn't seem practical. Like,
Yeah.
is that good for me? Like, and I had a dress rehearsal marriage, as I like to call it, round one.
Yeah.
Um,
You
hey, there's
did.
no good show without a dress rehearsal, people.
Come
I had a
on,
dress
that is true. You
rehearsal.
gotta do it.
Yeah, and he was like anti-children and
Oh.
all of that. So I was just kind of like, all right, well, I guess I'm hitching my wagon to this here horse.
Right.
But
Right.
then I freed myself. I freed myself from the horse. And yeah, now I'm actually in a place in my life where I'm like, you know what? F this. I can have things even if it doesn't seem practical or
Yeah.
even if it's what people around me don't think I should do. So, yeah,
You would have
I'm
a
looking at
beautiful singing little thing. You would.
oh,
Girl or
and they'll play
boy.
guitar. Shh, they'll be really good
Yeah.
guitar players.
They would. Well, your
Oh my
boyfriend is
gosh.
like 27?
Tatiana, calm down. He's 29.
Oh, same thing. That's
It's
amazing.
amazing.
So he
I know
can
he's
take
an
care of the kid. He can stay late all night and take care of
oh
the kid.
please. He's more successful than I am. He's off touring and doing more things than me. I found myself the right one.
He's a sweetheart. I've talked to him
Oh,
a
he
couple of
is.
times at your gigs at
Yeah,
Patrick
he's the best. He's
Maloney's.
literally the best.
Oh, I'm happy for you. I do not
I'm
want
happy for
kids.
me.
I am so not. I'm the anti-kid one. So every time I have a boyfriend, which is like a lot of them, I'm kidding. Uh, then I go like, I'm sorry, but this is not happening, and they usually go for it. So I'm okay. I'm good.
Everybody doesn't want kids until all of a sudden they go, "Oh crap, I need to have kids now." Like I feel like
Yeah,
that's
I
kind of
guess.
because again, my friends are all 10 or so years older than you are, and a lot of them are having kids. And I was like, "Wait a minute, you didn't want to do this," and they're like, "Well, I didn't," till all of a sudden I did, and I'm like, "All right, fair
Right.
play."
And I'm open for, I guess you just have to, that's what they tell me. You got to find the right person and then you have it. But it's not a rule. I have friends, they are 65 and never had kids and they're okay too.
Yeah, no,
It's what works
there's
for
no
you.
rule or expectation. There's just all our own journeys. Oh, speaking of Yoda.
Journeys. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you forever, even though I would want to keep you in my closet, in my pocket at all times.
You've got Danny in your pocket.
Cause I got Betty in my pocket. Why can't I never remember the lyrics of that song when I sing it with
Oh
you?
no, I'm
What's my
broke, but
fucking
I'm
problem?
chicken. I'm here, but I'm really there. Oh no, I will never know the words to that song. And again, remember, this is a song. This is an album that I had multiple tapes of because I kept burning them out, and I still don't know the lyrics to that song. I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but I'm hopeful you now. Like what? It
I have
what?
such a problem with that song and many
I know.
others. I should work on my remembering lyrics because it's my job, but I'm terrible at it.
Whatever. You're fine. We all have iPads now.
Fuck
People
it,
have
we
made it
don't
cool.
need to know.
Musicians have been reading charts since the dawn of time. It's fine if we look down at a few lyrics here and there.
That's right. Danny, thank you so much for talking to me and doing this, just hanging out. I'm so
Oh,
happy
no,
to
this
just
was
talk to
awesome.
you.
I
Yeah,
know. I miss your voice and I miss your energy and I love
me
you.
too. Do you know when you're coming back? If you ever do?
No, well, we are coming back. We do have our home there.
Yeah,
But no, there's really no plan, like locked in plan, which is kind of exciting about the whole thing, you know? We're just
yeah,
kind of traveling and right now we're in northern Michigan. We've got our house down in the Detroit area.
yeah.
We're being relaxed, man.
Make
That's what
sure you
happens when you
sing for
leave that
us.
place.
I
What?
know. Make sure you sing for us on Facebook so we can hear you because I
I
miss you.
will. I will.
And do really high notes just for me.
I will. I probably won't be on Facebook much. You'll see on Facebook and Instagram and stuff all my stuff for my Patreon channel.
Yeah, we'll
I'm gonna
find you
have
wherever you are.
everything over there. Yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you so much. I think the
Ah.
episode will come like sometime in 3 weeks from now with Aragorn on the other episode, going insane as always.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna
And
use so many words that nobody knows what they mean.
oh my God, or what they are. Like, what did he just say? He's crazy. He's going crazier and crazier by the minute.
This is true, but this is also why we love him.
Yeah, it's true. But he's good. He's doing good. So I
Yay!
love you so much. You're the best in the world, and we all love
Thank you, my
you. All the girls
sister.
are gonna love hearing this. You guys can find
Yay!
Dani Armstrong pretty much everywhere. Danny, do you have a website? I try to find, but I'm not sure if I got it
Okay, it's really complicated, so I need you to focus on this. It is DaniArmstrong.com.
Oh my God. That's why I didn't find it because you have a billion videos and thousands of songs. I'm like, okay, I'm so lost. I don't know what to do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, make sure you hit Dani Armstrong as right now when you can to get some lessons in. She does it via,
Woo.
you teach Skype right now, right? Using Skype.
Yep. Skype.
Cool. I need to hit you up for some lessons too. Let me just stop smoking so much weed and then we'll do it. All
Do it.
right. Send a kiss to everybody, to your mom and Mike and brothers and sisters, the
Will
cat.
do. Will do.
And I love you so much. Thank you. And come back in a hurry.
Yes, I will. I promise.
Have a good day, love. Bye.
Alrighty.
Mwah.
Bye.
Thank you. Woo. The way of the artist.